Welcome back to the T-Bone Show. In this episode, I'm going to talk about why China is one of the best and one of the worst places for teaching English abroad. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, action. So, if you're new to my channel, you know a little bit about me. I have a master's degree in teaching English to speakers of other languages from Arizona State University, and this is a topic I wanted to do for a while, which is why China is the best and also the worst country for teaching English abroad in the world. And here it is. It's a bit of a juxtaposition, and here's why. China, when you're teaching there, will probably not give you any sort of job training, and the management tends to be incredibly hands-off from the experiences that I've had working there for a few years, right? I've worked in training centers, I've worked in colleges, and I've worked in a kindergarten. So I've kind of seen the whole landscape of things. And usually, from my experiences, that the management will just take you and throw you out in there, and you kind of have to figure things out for yourself. Now, why do I say this is the best and the worst? It really depends on who you are as a person and how you're going to approach this problem. I've seen people who have been here for years who haven't looked into doing any sort of teaching certification like a TEFL, or doing online classes, or even just reading a few articles online, and they make the same mistake day in and day out, and they're lost, and they don't want to listen to anybody's advice, and they're having a hellish time, because at the end of the day, they're not being given any sort of training, and they expect that to be given to them, which makes their life absolutely hell. Now, this can be a good thing or a bad thing. If you are going to wallow in that and just make yourself completely miserable, then yes, it's going to be one of the worst places ever to teach English. And that is probably a sign of some other deeper underlying issues, such as maybe you're not actually happy in the job, or other personal issues that you still have to address in your life. But on the other hand, this is actually an incredibly good positive. Now, here is why. When I did my master's degree, I was teaching at a university in China, and like I said, I had a lot of hands-off management. Anyway, so the first semester and a half, let's just go with that, completely hands-off, and this was really great. From my experiences of teaching in South Korea or teaching in Japan, I had very strict management. They said, this is the curriculum, this is what we want you to teach, you have to teach it our way, you have to use this sort of methodology that the company created and patented, and like to show off and use it as a selling point. Well, in China, none of that really exists from what I can tell, except for maybe in like EF. That being said, since I was doing that internship, I had the utmost amount of freedom to pretty much do whatever I wanted in terms of creating content to do CLT, or communicative language teaching, which is what my master's focused on. This was really interesting because it gave me a lot of opportunities to actually experiment by teaching through content, by providing videos or providing certain different activities that were focused around the textbook, but not straight teaching the textbooks that were assigned and given to the class. If you're okay with taking that extra bit of investment to putting it into your own teaching future, your own teaching career, by doing like a master's degree like I did, or even doing a TEFL online, they're going to give you some ideas. Now, the brilliant part about teaching in China is that you'll have that freedom to pretty much experiment in many different ways to see what works and doesn't work for you as a teacher, which can provide a lot of incredible growth. So that is how China is one of the best places, and it could also be one of the worst places to teach in the world. But at the end of the day, it's not China's fault. It really depends on you, on what you want to make of it. Anyway, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.